Welcome to a Vanguard news video without the bullshit. Let's get started. If you're a filthy casual who lives under a rock, you'll be forgiven to not know that the Vanguard World Championships 2022 happened last weekend. Congratulations to all the winners and participants. Youth Burke obviously won standard due to its strong +3 Tempest plays, which would outrage a lot of players if it didn't get restricted on the next ban list. Knowing Butcher Road, they'll probably restrict it to 2 copies, which basically does nothing. Speaking of doing nothing, even after Gear Chronicles Piano getting banned, it didn't stop them from winning both V Premium and Premium formats. Don't be fooled by the second place Chrono Fang, it is merely a flex tech. Expect every Vanguard content creator to make a 10-minute video discussing how Interina and her pussy should be hit next. Many already know that DBT09 will contain triple rare reprints of sought after cards in DBT04 due to the set being short printed, probably due to the unauthorized DSR review you wearing Kirito's jacket. In a shocking twist that makes me want to praise Butcher Road, the English release will also contain additional reprints, which feels more like an apology for the horrendous triple rare reprint that Brandgate and Keta Sanctuary got. And this is where my praise ends, because we already expect these reprints to be short printed, or worst, take up valuable triple rare slots per box. Here are the English release schedule for the early half of 2023. Don't think for a second that your wallets can take a break. DBT10 was previously announced to be releasing on the same day as the Messiah Stride deck set, while the Grand Blue and Pale Moon premium deck sets are on May. April is the only month that seems to have no release announcement. Better use that month to earn enough money to survive throughout the spring season. Vanguard Zero kids can get their favorite husbando in winter outfits as sleeves. As to why Shion and Kazuma get 2 designs, while Chrono and Kai only get 1, makes me think that they aren't as popular with the girls playing this mobile game. Wait, girls besides Anubis play this mobile game? In what would actually make me want to play Vanguard Zero again, if not for my PC not being able to run phone emulators anymore? Chronojet Dragon Z's alternate artwork will be the next rank promo this February in Japan. Remember when people speculated that Minerva was the one who defied Interverno, but turned out to be a different Genesis unit? It seems that Game Studio is using that old theory to fuel their upcoming Genesis Clan event. I still believe this was the original plan, but they decided to promote Amaruda and had Misaki play Regalia at the last minute instead during storyboarding. Now that the physical card games World Championships is over, it's time for Vanguard Zero's potentially last World Championships, where prizes consist of the new artworks for Altmile, Chronojet Dragon Z, and Blue Asher. The only way I see the game surviving after the GZ arc is if they jump to Overdress instead of doing the whole V reboot. Only time will tell if they still think the game is still profitable. It only took Butcher Road till now to finally produce some Chronojet Dragon and Next Stage sleeves, just in time for the Messiah's return. Anyone who actually buys the Griffo Gilla sleeves or playmat is probably doing so after it goes on sale. Meanwhile, the Overdress waifu playmat is probably going to sell out on pre-order night. And who are we kidding? Sophie's sleeves are the only ones among these to be sold out, while the rest are going to be on a sales bin after 2 months. Griffo Gilla starter and Calamity cards were finally revealed for DBT09 to hopefully answer players' questions. Griffo Seed is your not so typical D-series starter that lets you have 5 cards in your eye deck consisting of itself, 3 Calamity cards, and an Overtrigger. While on Vanguard, it gets 2k power for each Calamity card in your soul with a different name. And while on Vanguard at the beginning of your main phase, you put a Calamity card from your eye deck into your soul. You can then put 3 Calamity cards from your soul that were originally from your eye deck back to your eye deck face up to superior right Griffo Gilla from your hand or deck. Then put 2 Dragon Tree markers on 2 of your rear guard circles if you rode a card. Before anyone ask, this mutated sperm cell of a starter does not have the ability to let you draw a card if you go second. Note that placing an Overtrigger in your eye deck still counts towards your overall triggers, meaning that you can only have 15 triggers in your main deck. And the Calamity cards in your eye deck must be of different grades, but can be put into your soul in any order. The start of the end, Menacious Metamorphosis, and Looming Demise are the Calamity Order cards that all have the same skill of letting you pay 1 counterblast to add up to 1 Calamity card from your deck. These might as well have been vanilla order cards, unless Bushiroad plans to have you place extra copies in your main deck for future support. On a side note, Griffo Gilla is feeling more like what Gravidia should have been, or they were originally Gravidia card artworks that were retooled to be a new kind of deck. My guess is Bushiroad just didn't want a alien dragon in a deck filled with aliens with boobs. It's the whole Bermuda or lyrical girls only fallacy all over again. Finally, here are the DSR designs for Varmints Bruce and Griffo Gilla in DBT09. Guessing that Skyrender Vanguard or Industria Unica DSRs will be in DBT10. Otherwise expect you to hog that rarity slot again. And that concludes this Vanguard news video. Be sure to subscribe and let me know in the comments how would Vanguard Zero work if they did the V series instead.